It's 7 o'clock on day 46. I just tore down camp. It rained up to right about when I started tearing down camp. So it was really nice to be able to do it without rain on my head. Everything's wet, but not soaked, which is good. And I'm gonna make whatever mileage I can today to try to minimize what's left for tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be thunderstorms. But it is supposed to rain this evening too, so got to figure all that out. Anyway, it went well last night. Everything stayed dry, and I got a good night's sleep. So really cool that trail angels leave water here. I'm at a little road crossing, not much of anything, kind of in the middle of nowhere. And trail angels, I think, come up here pretty frequently and leave water. That's the good news. Bad news is it's all gone. So I still have 2/3 of a liter, and I think I can get water in 6 or 7 miles. So I'm fine, but it is scarce this time of year. This looks like a memorial of some type. I don't see anything explaining it, but I'm sure there must be a story behind that. Well, the drizzle came back, and then the drizzle turned into a little bit more than just drizzle. It's not pouring or anything, but it is coming down enough. So I just stopped and put on a rain jacket and covered my pack with a pack cover, which will help keep it dry. It's not perfect, but it helps a lot. And I do now carry an umbrella, which I'm not yet using, but a lot of people, several people that really seem to know their hiking stuff have recommended it. In fact, said that they wouldn't hike without one. So if it gets really wet, the umbrella will come out. We'll see how that works, as long as it's not windy. By the way, yesterday, I forgot to say in my video, I did make it to Brushy Mountain Outpost with plenty of time. I think I was there at 2:15, and had a really great cheeseburger with bacon, fries. It was great, and it made it so that I didn't need a lot of dinner last night, and they felt like really good calories, so that was a score. And this is what the trail looks like in the rain and drizzle and fog. It's a little more slippery, so gotta be a little more careful, but it's not terrible. There's no running water in the middle of it or anything like we had in the Smokies, which turned to ice. I don't miss that real cold. I have to say it feels a lot different hiking this time of year than it did in February. In February, it felt like everything was a scramble to cheat, the hypothermia and slipping on ice and all of that kind of stuff. It just felt like every minute of the day was spent acutely aware of and thinking about how to stay safe. And now, getting soaking wet, particularly if it was windy, would be unpleasant at best, but it feels a lot less dangerous, I guess is the word, or risky. I don't know. I never felt like I was in any great danger before, but you really had to pay attention. You're planning everything so that you wouldn't get wet, cold, and hypothermic. It's 10 a.m. I'm stopping at the Jenny Knob shelter. I'm gonna get water here, and hopefully which I'm sure I'll be able to, and probably have lunch even though it's 10 a.m. just because finding a dry place is going to be a premium today. So up ahead is a town, I guess, or near a town called Lick Skillet. And just thinking about that name, it just, no matter how I cut it, it sounds like a terrible idea. If the skillet's hot, it's terrible. If the skillet's cold and there's like old remnants in it, it's going to taste terrible. I just don't know where you come up with the name Lick Skillet. But yesterday, the town that's close by that people go to is called Bland. So the founding fathers of that town, whoever it might have been, had the choice to name it anything they want. Awesome Virginia, or Amazing Virginia, or I don't know, could have been anything. And they called it Bland. And the Chamber of Commerce must just keep going along. It's called Bland. I just got to believe you could do better. Anyway, it makes me think of that TV show Schitt's Creek, which I thought was hilarious. And Maybe there's some of those kind of characters running these towns. Everything is just popping out with green and a little bit of color with the rain, and I'm down at a little bit lower elevation. You can see those trees over there, white buds. I don't know, or white flowers. I don't know what those are necessarily. Maybe dogwoods or something, but it's pretty down here. I was up on that ridge line, and I think there wasn't nearly as much color up high. So I'm seeing this morning, maybe. You know, I haven't really seen it this colorful yet. So it's pretty. I was wondering how I was going to get over this water up ahead. There's a big flowing river and then a lot of stagnant kind of lake area coming up. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty cool bridge. Nice. Last hour or two has been in these rhododendrons alongside this river. Actually, Dismal Creek it's called. It's not dismal, it's very nice. And the rhododendrons seem to thrive around the water. And it's just really pretty through here and flat. That's cool. So I'm going to do 5 more miles, I think, which will take me to Wapiti Shelter and leave me, I think, 7 or 8 miles to go tomorrow to get to the hostel, which seems manageable. Even if there's thunderstorms, I can probably duck around them for that length of time. It's the end of day 46. I'm at the Wapiti Shelter with lots of company. It is definitely much busier now than it was before, but that's to be expected. Managed to dry everything out pretty well. So even though it was a little wet this morning, no problem by the end of the day. It's, you know, kind of dry, and it was even a little sunny at the end of the day. So all good. I'm going to be heading up to the Woods Hole Hostel tomorrow. That's going to be a 7 or 8 mile hike, and they are predicting pretty severe thunderstorms. So I'm going to try to get up real early and beat, you know, any of that so that I'm there before they hit. I did run into an inventor on the trail today, and he was very proud of his invention. And I said, "Why are you so proud of it?" And he said, "Well, of all the inventions of the past 100 years, the dry erase board, which is his, is the most remarkable."